At approximately 7:38 p.m. on February 18, 2026, Trooper Crossland received a request to assist in the pursuit of a silver Hyundai SUV fleeing from law enforcement. He quickly located the chase and actively joined the pursuit.
I'm secondary. I'm 1037.
All units at 1063, 1063 ground 66, 1037 eastbound 30.
Alright, speed's about 130. Coming in with a chunk of heavy traffic. Can we patch them in?
Negative, we do not have their channel.
Yep. Speeds are still about 130. Coming in with 131.
Speeds 130 at 131.
Can I get the description one more time?
10 for the brown Chevy Malibu.
This isn't a Chevy Malibu. It's a Hyundai Passenger. It's an SUV.
10 for, we're trying to get public service to verify that information.
I'm from where I am at the TBI.
10 for, copy your primary.
TBI just before.
After taking the lead position in the pursuit, Trooper Crossland executed a decisive pit maneuver at approximately 127 miles per hour, sending the suspect's vehicle spinning clockwise across the roadway. Despite the impact, the driver regained control and continued to accelerate in an attempt to flee.
Passenger's foot bailing. Alright, one just bailed out. I'm still 1037 with it.
10 for, do you have a description of the subject?
He rolled. It was a white male. Stand by. Strapped to his parking lot at Riggs.
66, 10 for.
Just drove to the gate at Riggs. Rammed another gate at Riggs.
10 for, copy, you rammed another gate at Riggs.
Rammed another gate at Riggs. We're in the Riggs parking lot. Stand by.
10 for, in the Riggs parking lot.
Rammed another gate at Riggs.
Copy, and rammed another gate at Riggs.
We're coming up on University. We're still on the service road.
10 for, coming up on University.
1041. 1041 at University.
Copy, 1041 at University.
As the suspect attempted to run a red light, the vehicle collided with a civilian car at approximately 60 miles per hour, sending both vehicles into a ditch. Following the crash, officers ordered the suspect to exit the vehicle, but he initially refused to comply. A K-9 unit was deployed, after which the suspect surrendered. Both vehicles sustained significant damage, but fortunately, no serious injuries were reported. At around 10:25 p.m. on January 2nd, 2026, Officer Plyler observed a silver Toyota traveling eastbound on East Broadway and crossing into the left lane. Officer Plyler attempted a traffic stop just before a Metro PCS store, activating his blue emergency lights. The vehicle did not immediately stop and continued moving slowly.
Metro PCS with Baker, Ida, Baker, Baker, on that. Silver Snap. How you doing, man? Hey, I'm surveying with the North Little Rock Police Department. The reason I stopped you is because back there on East Broadway, you were hitting that center line. Yeah, you were hitting the center line. You know, the yellow line that's in the middle of the road? Yeah, you were hitting it. You got license, registration, proof of insurance?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. And then you got your registration and proof of insurance? Okay. Okay. How long have you had it?
Since
Since June? Okay. This is saying that this is insurance for a Cadillac.
yeah, when I first got this car, I had got the insurance for the Cadillac.
Oh, okay,
It's for
But it's for this vehicle?
I got progressive for this car though.
Okay.
Yeah. If you run it, it's
At the driver's window, Officer Plyler detected a strong odor of marijuana and observed a rolling tray on the passenger side floorboard.
Okay.
The interior appeared disturbed, and Stewart was breathing heavily and appeared nervous, despite his ID being visible on the passenger seat. Based on these observations, Officer Plyler advised Stewart that the vehicle would be searched due to the odor of marijuana, and Stewart consented. When asked to step out, Stewart instead put the car in drive and fled. Stewart ignored a stop sign at Lynch Street, struck a large curb at the Water and Lynch intersection, lost control, and collided with a log-hauling truck. The vehicle came to rest heavily damaged near Water Street and Powerline Road, where Stewart complied and was taken into custody. During a search of the vehicle, officers found a plastic bag containing marijuana on the passenger side floorboard and a marijuana grinder behind the driver's seat. Items thrown from the vehicle were also recovered, including a black plastic bag containing marijuana, a digital scale, and methamphetamine. On May 6, 2026, at approximately 6:46 p.m., Trooper Porter observed a gray Honda Civic traveling southbound on Interstate 540 near mile marker 13. He noticed the vehicle make a sudden jerking movement, which drew his attention. Trooper Porter activated his emergency lights and observed the driver making unusual movements inside the vehicle, including leaning toward the passenger seat. The Honda continued onto the exit ramp near mile marker 14 before stopping partially in the roadway. Porter then initiated a traffic stop out of concern that the driver might be impaired.
There you go.
Yep. Here I go. H6 for 1024. He's moving around a lot, that's for sure. I guess Fort Smith don't want to answer. He saw me though. Six. 1024, 14 southbound. Arkansas Adam, Lower Boy, 64 Adam. Lower Boy, 64 Adam. Silver Honda Civic. You're blocking the entire lane. Pull to the shoulder. This would be the point where you stop.
31-6, you'll be easier way.
I think I'm alright. He's slow rolling, coming to a stop. I know you saw me back there. Yeah, you about got put into a ditch because you don't want to pull over. And True Porter State Police, reason pulled you over. One, saw you swerve big time. Two, your tags are expired, don't show any insurance. As soon as you saw me back there, you started like moving around inside your vehicle. I don't know what you're doing, but you didn't want to pull over there for a good little bit. I don't know what the deal is. You got an ID on you, a license? Had anything to drink today? So if I PBT, you're going to blow all zeros?
During the interaction, the driver was identified as Jonathan Spiotto. Trooper Porter also observed what appeared to be an alcoholic beverage bottle inside a brown paper bag on the passenger side floorboard. When repeatedly asked for his driver's license, Spiotto appeared confused and instead handed over the vehicle registration and proof of insurance. Porter detected the odor of alcohol coming from the vehicle and returned to his patrol unit to retrieve a portable breath test device. Trooper Porter then gave multiple verbal commands for Spiotto to exit the vehicle, but he refused. Spiotto suddenly shifted into gear and fled the scene.
Careful, in the horse stuff on.
Step out! Step out now! Hands up! Hands up! Yeah, you just got that serious. Step back here. Put the dog up so he don't get out. I don't give a crap. Listen to me. Shut that door. Come back here. Back up. Back up! Come back over here. Do you see what's on you right now? Now. Jonathan, you're not listening. Back up. Jonathan, come here.
I just want my friend to get my dog. That's all.
That's fine.
Putting that out me?
Your friend can come get your dog.
Please.
Your friend can come get your dog.
Hey, Buddha.
I said your friend can come get your dog.
Yes, sir.
But let go of the phone.
Okay. Okay.
10-15. Now, was that hard?
I just
Shut up.
That's my dog.
I don't give a damn about your dog. No, or your phone. You'll sit right here.
You have one pocket knife, that's it.
That's pretty stupid, man. Huh? You know? Actually,
After Spiotto was taken into custody, officers searched him and found a small bag of marijuana and a pipe inside his jacket pocket. Trooper Porter also recovered a nearly empty bottle of 99 Bananas liquor from the brown bag on the passenger side floorboard. Authorities further determined that Spiotto had been driving on a license suspended for previous DUI-related offenses. Spiotto later provided a breath sample that showed a BAC of 0.20.
Well, you just were. We should have picked your car so you never be able to drive it again.
At approximately 9:30 p.m. on January 22nd, 2026, officers received an alert from the Flock system regarding a black Ford Explorer that had previously fled from law enforcement multiple times. The vehicle was later located on Centerville Rosebud Road by an officer attempting to initiate a traffic stop. However, instead of stopping, the driver fled from law enforcement.
One successful pit, successful pit.
Put your hands up right now! Open your door! 270 ready. We have a vehicle off the roadway and males refusing to comply. Pepper ball, pepper ball, pepper ball!
Pepper ball.
Put your hands up and come out of the car now!
Sorry, do you need anything from us?
I guess third time's a charm for you, right? You want to keep running from us.
Do we get his 39 yet?
Yes.
Is he 1099?
After the pit maneuver, the driver refused to exit the vehicle, prompting officers to deploy tear gas. The driver, Timothy Curry, was eventually taken into custody and now faces charges including aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, fleeing and eluding, hit and run, reckless driving, and additional related offenses.
Charges for aggravated assault against a law enforcement officer.
At approximately 11:54 p.m. on March 25th, 2026, Trooper Calvert was on routine patrol along Highway 107 when he observed a red Jeep Cherokee stopped on Kenwood Drive, preparing to turn onto the highway. Aware of a recently reported stolen vehicle, matching that description in the area, Calvert positioned his patrol unit near Kirkendall Road and Highway 107 to monitor the vehicle. About a minute later, the Jeep passed his location. A records check confirmed it had been reported stolen. Calvert initiated a stop at the intersection of Highway 107 and Cordy Lane. The vehicle initially slowed, but as he exited his patrol unit, the driver suddenly turned around and fled at a high rate of speed.
Get out of the car!
Is it on the red?
1037.
1037, southbound on 107. Little Rock Trooper being next year for out of 56 and 55. South 107, passing over. Southbound 107, town box.
Turn on Old Town Box East. Speed 60 is traffic.
Yeah, come on. Well, County back to the other.
North on Maddox Road, speed 70, no traffic.
North on Maddox.
East on Maddox Road, passing Happy Valley, speed 8. East on Maddox, passing back, Old Tom Box, speed 65.
10-1. County's been notified.
Look for clearing, buddy. Passing Oak Valley to the east on Maddox Road.
Passing Oak Valley.
TBI.
TVI.
We got a footmill on Centennial Maddox. He's in the backyard.
Footbill, Centennial Maddox.
A pit maneuver caused the vehicle to crash through a fence at 3018 Maddox Road and roll eastbound. Trooper Calvert attempted to drive along Maddox Road to prevent the suspect from escaping on the other side of the fence, but discovered the driver had already fled on foot. A perimeter was established and a search conducted, but the suspect was not located. A search of the vehicle did not yield any identifying information.
That way.
On May 8, 2026, at approximately 1:08 p.m., the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office received a report of a stolen vehicle from Illinois traveling northbound on Interstate 41 from County Road Y. Information gathered indicated the vehicle had been involved in 2 separate pursuits in Illinois during the previous week, successfully escaping both times. A short time later, a deputy with the Fond du Lac County Sheriff's Office located the vehicle on Interstate 41 and initiated a high-risk traffic stop. The vehicle initially pulled over and came to a stop.
Put your hands up! Turn the car off! Vehicle took off! Vehicle took off.
101, 1080, took off northbound. Left lane, traffic, medium. 101 crossing Lincoln, continuing northbound to right lane. to the unit behind me or help me or faster than my car.
Oh, you just took 26. Six four vehicle went through the stop. Red light. Now going cell phone, please.
Flipping around in New York, going back north on 26.
Turn on Z. Westbound, eastbound on Z.
Road conditions are dry, no traffic. Heading east on Z Zebra right now. If you get a chance to take them off the road, do it. Then my 1050.
There you go. 1050. County Road C and Clay Road.
153, 1050. My squad's out of commission.
153, 1050. My squad's out of commission. Roll over, send EMS.
After the patrol vehicle struck the suspect car, both occupants exited and were taken into custody. The vehicle caught fire and required firefighters to extinguish the flames. Both suspects were medically evaluated at the scene. The driver was identified as 23-year-old Anthony Wells of Des Plaines, Illinois. He was booked into the Fond du Lac County Jail on charges including fleeing and eluding police, 2 counts of first-degree recklessly endangering public safety, resisting or obstructing officers, and bringing illegal contraband, ecstasy, into a jail. Authorities noted Wells had a criminal history in Illinois involving weapons, dangerous drugs, and property damage offenses. The passenger, 23-year-old Crystal Olchikas of Franklin Park, Illinois, was also booked into the Fond du Lac County Jail on charges including aiding and abetting fleeing and eluding, aiding and abetting first-degree reckless endangerment, possession of THC, possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting or obstructing officers. On July 16, 2025, at around 3:47 a.m., a Thornton police officer requested backup from Colorado State Patrol after locating a stolen Ram pickup truck. Troopers caught up to the vehicle and attempted to deploy a grappler, but the first attempt was unsuccessful. The pursuit then continued southbound on Interstate 25.
Southbound I-25 from 84th.
Southeast also on the highway, section I-25 from 84th. Will you confirm that plate you cut out? I got Boy Robert Lincoln John 9.
Shortly after, troopers successfully deployed the grappler, locking onto the fleeing truck. The maneuver caused both the suspect's vehicle and the patrol car to crash into the median barrier, disabling them. The trooper was uninjured. The suspect fled on foot but was quickly apprehended by Thornton officers nearby.
I got a good grapple though, southbound I-25 and 84th.
On May 7th, 2025, at approximately 8:20 p.m., Washington State Patrol attempted to stop a Honda Civic for an improper lane change on westbound 90 near Preston. The driver initially pulled over, but then refused to exit the vehicle, suddenly accelerated, and led troopers on a high-speed pursuit.
The vehicle that's interfering, it's a gray Infiniti. We're right eastbound 90.
Gray Infiniti
Moments after the pursuit began, a silver Infiniti, later determined to be driven by the fleeing Honda driver's brother, joined the chase. The Infiniti driver repeatedly interfered with the pursuit, at times positioning his vehicle between the patrol car and his brother's fleeing Honda in an attempt to disrupt the officers.
I'm with them and I see the Infiniti as well.
The Honda has a flat tire, the rear right tire is flat. This car is falling apart from the rear bumper.
The Honda has a flat tire falling apart too.
Exiting the High Point. Sorry, we're coming from Highlands when I originally stopped him. He yelled out the window that he has a kid and he's losing control. We're on the off ramp. He's lost control, faced the wrong way.
A few minutes later, the Honda driver lost control and crashed into a ditch. Despite his efforts to get back on the road, officers quickly boxed him in, leaving no chance for escape. Meanwhile, other officers continued pursuing the silver Infiniti.
We have my patrol car. Now he's going westbound in the eastbound lanes, and there is a kid in the vehicle, and there's another female in the passenger seat.
So start a rolling, slow down. Okay. So just, yep.
Do not follow the wrong way, try to follow the right way, and hopefully we'll get it set up again.
They come back westbound from High Point. I tipped over, took it from the correct lanes of traffic.
12-6, we're starting rolling, slow down. Okay, there it is right there. Okay, easy, easy. It's spinning out. Now it's facing the right way, it's in the ditch. Go, go, go.
Yep, looks like I got one WSP to, looks like Seattle Lane Department. They're stopping here, South Elmore Place. Just over the train tracks.
In the end, with aerial support from Guardian 1 and assistance from Seattle Police, the younger brother was also taken into custody. Both brothers now face multiple serious charges, including eluding police, obstruction, and reckless endangerment, as authorities investigate their coordinated attempt to evade law enforcement.
Which side was?
Which one?
They're taking the passenger in custody and they're still talking to the driver. And they're taking both into custody right now.
Taking both into custody.
At about 5:38 p.m. on August 25th, 2025, Arkansas State Trooper Price was patrolling Phoenix Avenue in connection with two suspects wanted in a recent Fort Smith shooting. He spotted a motorcycle in a nearby lot, the rider's clothing matching one suspect's description. A records check showed the plate was fake and expired. When Price moved in, the rider circled the lot, then sped east on Phoenix Avenue. Trooper Price activated his lights and siren and gave chase.
So I'm 1037, the motorcycle at 28. We are eastbound on Phoenix.
There's one across.
We're 10 seconds away.
29 across.
You're passing 30 seconds.
Passing 30 seconds.
He just threw a bag out.
10-4. 10-20.
Eastbound on Phoenix, passing Greenwood.
10-4, down on Phoenix, passing Greenwood.
After passing the old Greenwood Road intersection, the motorcyclist veered into the westbound lane while still traveling east, riding head-on against traffic. Moments later, the suspect slowed, allowing Trooper Price to close in and block him. The rider abandoned the bike and ran south on foot. Trooper Price forced him to the ground near the patrol car, but the suspect refused to put his hands behind his back until Trooper Diego arrived to assist. The rider was identified as Robbie Walker. Further investigation revealed the plate did not belong to the motorcycle, and the VIN had been deliberately filed off. Walker was transported to the Sebastian County Jail for booking. At approximately 9:44 a.m. on January 6, 2024, Corporal Green was operating stationary radar on GA 520 near mile marker 4 in Webster County when he observed a blue vehicle traveling eastbound at a high rate of speed. Radar confirmed the vehicle, a blue Chevrolet Malibu, was moving at 76 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. Corporal Green activated his emergency lights and siren in an attempt to initiate a traffic stop, but the driver refused to pull over and instead fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
436.
There's going to be 4 Webster 520, 4 Webster 520. It's going to be with a blue Chevrolet, stand by. There's going to have Georgia 28 Sam Adam Roberts, 4295. SAR 4295, I'm 1080.
You want to do it?
I did it. It's all done.
Where you again?
We come in the back, on your back.
The pursuit continued eastbound on GA 520 toward Terrell County, with speeds climbing to approximately 130 miles per hour. During the chase, the driver repeatedly swerved whenever Corporal Green attempted to position his patrol unit for a pit maneuver.
Well, you can get up in the straightaway about the young. American Sweden is straight away about Yokers. I'm see if I can't get a good deal. American Sweden blocking the deal.
36, I'm on 520, you on 536?
Yeah, 36.
Alright, I'm getting set up at 10. Y'all should be to me shortly.
Yeah, 10-4 coming up on Jimmy Raines. He's straddling the center line.
Sergeant Brian Joyner deployed spike strips near mile marker 10 on GA 520, and as the pursuit reached that location, the Chevrolet Malibu struck the device with both its right front and right rear tires. Despite the deflated tires, the vehicle continued eastbound at high speed into the city limits of Dawson, Georgia.
10-4, we got rear tire down on the right side.
There it is.
We got front right tire down. We got 2 tires down.
Further check.
America, we're still rolling. We're coming into Dawson. See if I can't do it real quick.
Further check.
Pit.
36 here.
1050.
After a pit maneuver brought the vehicle to a stop, the driver complied and was taken into custody without further incident. He was later identified as Billy Dwayne Broughton II, who admitted he possessed a firearm. While checking his pockets, Corporal Green detected the odor of marijuana, and a Taurus 9mm handgun was found on the ground beneath the driver. After assisting him to his feet to complete the search, Green located 2 small plastic containers in the driver's front pocket containing a substance believed to be marijuana. When asked whether the firearm was the reason he fled, Broughton said it was not. Green also observed that the driver's eyes were glassy and detected the smell of alcohol on his breath, and the driver admitted to smoking and drinking. At approximately 9:39 p.m. on January 4th, 2025, Sergeant West and Trooper First Class Smith were patrolling near Arkansas State Highway 1 and U.S. Highway 49. As Sergeant West approached the intersection in the town of Barton, Arkansas, with the traffic signal displaying red, he observed a black Dodge Durango and a black Chevrolet Camaro aggressively accelerate from the stoplight in a reckless manner, appearing to race each other. Both vehicles traveled southbound on U.S. Highway 49 toward Helena, West Helena. Sergeant West then began following the vehicles in an attempt to conduct a traffic stop. Shortly after taking the lead position in the pursuit, Trooper Smith decided to attempt a pit maneuver to end the chase, despite the Camaro traveling at approximately 147 miles per hour.
Stay on 49, stay on 49. Stay on 49. Down to TBI.
We just lost it. Trying to TBI.
TBI.
We're attempting a TBI.
Attempting a TBI.
TBI. 1040 rollover. Start at 1016.
Start at 1016, 1040 rollover.
On a TBI, he lost it.
10-4.
The crash severely damaged the Camaro, leaving the driver trapped inside and unconscious. At the same time, the black Dodge Durango involved in the earlier street racing stopped at the crash scene. Based on initial observations and circumstances, Trooper West took the Durango's driver into custody without incident. Fire and rescue crews arrived shortly afterward and successfully extricated the Camaro's driver. The suspect was identified as Deal Alexander L. Robinson of Marvell, Arkansas.
Are you in this?
At approximately 11:23 p.m. on August 9, 2025, Trooper Highland observed a white SUV stopped at a red light. He followed the vehicle for a short distance to run its license plate, which came back as expired. Trooper Highland then activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. At first, the driver complied and pulled over to the shoulder.
We're on 36. Show 72 expired October 24 insurance I confirmed. Road, 98. We're rocking a 14, 10, 4, 11, 25. $36, 14, fuel 49, we have 3 Gotcha.
As Trooper Highland approached the SUV, he observed 4 occupants inside, including the driver. While speaking with them, the driver suddenly hit the accelerator and sped away, sparking a pursuit, a decision the driver would soon regret.
South Spring, Westport. Okay. And aerial car. We're going eastbound. 4th Street. Speeds are currently about 60.
After the first pit attempt was unsuccessful, Trooper Highland tried again once traffic cleared. This time, the maneuver caused the SUV to overturn and land on its roof in the roadway. The occupants scrambled to escape, but 2 were immediately taken into custody at the scene. The other 2 attempted to flee on foot, only to be caught after a short chase. The driver was identified as 23-year-old Tavian Marquardt Offord, who now faces multiple charges including owner, failed to register vehicle, fleeing, felony, vehicle, or conveyance, reckless driving, first, fleeing, on foot, driving on suspended license, no liability insurance, unauthorized use of property. Around 9:15 a.m. on August 29th, 2023, Sergeant Ward had just completed a traffic stop on U.S. Highway 82 near the Wichita-Clay County line when he noticed a blue and white sport motorcycle approaching from behind. The rider abruptly braked and changed lanes to avoid passing the patrol unit. Ward slowed and observed the rider, a white male wearing a t-shirt and brown shorts, before pulling alongside to check the plate. The motorcycle suddenly turned onto Hammond Road. A records check showed the plate had expired in March 2014. Sergeant Ward activated his emergency lights and attempted a stop at Highway 79 and Business 287, but the rider refused to comply and fled westbound on Business 287, prompting a pursuit.
There'll be a blue motorcycle.
Is this a sport bike or a cruiser?
A sport bike. We'll be passing Kevin's complete paint bike.
Travel to 87 southbound. Northbound and I'm moving up to 87 and I don't see any callback for description.
Well, that on Wichita. We're going to be turning on the Galaxy Street. Approaching Old Jacksboro.
Or turning on Galveston Street. Around 65 passing the head there.
Stop sign at Kill East, turning on to Kill West.
So then 65, random stop sign at Kill East.
Just ran the stop sign at the red light. Looks like we're going to be taking a left on the Holiday,
Left on the Holiday. Looks like Wild House, motorcycle.
Thank you. I'm behind you.
The motorcycle entered Highway 287, where the rider accelerated to about 110 miles per hour. Sergeant Ward heard a clear change in the engine sound and observed what appeared to be a mechanical problem. The rider briefly pulled onto the shoulder, then attempted to flee again, leaving the roadway and going down an embankment while trying to enter the Central East Freeway. The rider lost control, was thrown from the motorcycle, and rolled down the slope. The rider got back to his feet and tried to run, but was quickly taken into custody without further incident. He was identified as Robert Conway Overstreet II. Overstreet complained of injuries and was transported by AMR ambulance to United Regional Hospital, where he was admitted for treatment. A VIN check later confirmed the motorcycle had been reported stolen by the Wichita Falls Police Department. At approximately 3:23 p.m. on July 18, 2024, Trooper A. Cass observed a black four-door car traveling above the posted 60-mile-per-hour speed limit. The vehicle crossed multiple lanes on I-630 West near mile marker 8 toward the I-430 North exit, then suddenly accelerated and passed several other motorists. As Trooper Cass closed the distance behind the vehicle, his radar confirmed a speed of 77 miles per hour. Trooper Cass initiated a stop as the vehicle took exit 8B to I-430 North, where it eventually came to a stop on the east shoulder near mile marker 7.
What about your insurance and your registration? You don't have it in your glove box or anything? Okay, well, you're supposed to have it in your car. That's one of the state statutes. Here, is that a piece of trash paper right there, an old envelope? Yeah, let me have that here. All right, what's your name? My name is Ben.
The driver stated she was in a hurry to take her child to the doctor and did not have a driver's license, vehicle registration, or proof of insurance. When asked for her identifying information, the driver provided the name Becca Smith, age 23. When Trooper Cass returned to his patrol unit to verify the information, the driver suddenly accelerated away from the stop, and a pursuit was immediately initiated.
Breckenridge Drive, passing Millbrook Road. Passing Danbury Court. We're heading west on Pleasant Ridge. Correction, Pleasant Valley Drive. Speed right 70. Coming up on North Mardi Gras Road. Did a U-turn, headed back east on Pleasant Valley.
Need a light, push the light off.
Timber, thank you.
Where's the traffic? Traffic right. Very sorry, if you really call it. Take a come to home capital, come to home capital. Take a left home capital, one west home capital. West home capital. Now you gotta keep giving those speeds and traffic. Going south, south on 430, south on 430. Traffic light, D60. Before you get a chance to be going into the GDI, we're in it.
To prevent further danger to the public, Trooper Cass executed a successful pit maneuver at approximately 125 miles per hour on I-430 South. The fleeing vehicle struck the east side guardrail and rolled into the median. The driver was ejected into the median, sustaining serious injuries but ultimately surviving after receiving medical treatment. Her reckless decisions had escalated the situation to a severe and dangerous outcome.
I don't think there's anybody else in the car.
14 Delta. How you doing, man?
At around 7:15 p.m. on April 5th, 2024, Trooper Thomas was on patrol when he witnessed a drug transaction happening directly in front of him. The buyer emerged from a red Toyota Tacoma. Trooper Thomas immediately stopped his vehicle and approached the driver. During the interaction, the driver suddenly accelerated and fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit.
How you doing? I'm Trooper Thomas, State Police. What's your name?
Roy Flowers.
Roy Flowers. 10-4 on Addy and Howard.
Can you step back here with me?
Yes.
Do you have any weapons or anything on you?
No
Okay.
weapon. Oh, I have a pocket knife.
Where is it in your right pocket?
Look, close.
That's fine. I'm just not on you.
No.
Okay. Just step back here. Dispatch 30 seconds. Eastbound Johnson to Azalea. Figure something out. 20. Drivers at Roy Flowers, you gotta go roll there. We're on northbound Patrick from Bell. We're northbound Patrick, Tweets.
Officers at Johnson after being by face. He is having a pursuit on Patrick. We like to keep it there.
After a few minutes of pursuit, the driver veered onto the roadside grass and made a U-turn. Trooper Thomas attempted a tactical vehicle intervention at that moment to stop the vehicle, but the maneuver was unsuccessful.
I got an accident at Fisher and Johnson. Kind of that direction. They got one person spare. Just went through the field behind the fire station. We're not sure the apartment. Right.
So you guys are in the field behind the fire department?
Okay, circle it. We're going back to the apartment complex.
Maybe that Walker Place?
I'm not telling you northbound towards itself.
We're just circling the scopes.
Ready, ready. Did you get up there and, I'm at 37 right now.
We're in South County, sir.
The driver avoided main roads and repeatedly cut across grassy areas in an attempt to escape. It appeared the tactic was working, as patrol units struggled to keep up in the uneven terrain. However, that didn't mean he was going to get away.
Went to the field east, the apartments. He just crossed the belt. He's going north of belt.
Greensboro?
Or Dashcam, Greensboro now. Speeds 80, no traffic.
Here's the night where Red Bull, you done, carry him over and your way.
TBI. TBI. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Okay, wait, I'm on the ground! I'm on the ground! I'm on the ground! I'm on the ground, officer! I'm on the ground. Stupid. Give me your hand. Oh, I can't. Keep your hands up.
Minutes later, as the suspect returned to the main road, Trooper Thomas quickly closed in and executed a successful TBI, sending the vehicle into a tree and forcing it to stop. The driver surrendered and was taken into custody without further incident. A quick search of the vehicle and the suspect revealed a large amount of cash and drugs.
Run 15 at Oatmeal.
I'll bring LP.
Simple. I'm assuming it was some kind of drug. He made a hand-to-hand. I got out with him.
He said he threw about an 8-ball out on y'all were going through this. I don't know if you're in the field or the floor or not. I don't know how big that area was.
It's behind the fire department.
At approximately 4:04 p.m. on December 3rd, 2025, Corporal Antonio May was on routine patrol eastbound on Interstate 40 when he was advised by Troop J that the Morrilton Police Department was involved in a vehicle pursuit. The suspect vehicle was reported to be heading toward eastbound Interstate 40. Moments later, Corporal May observed a gray Jeep approaching at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, followed by multiple police units. May activated his emergency lights and took over as the primary unit in the pursuit.
Do we have a vehicle description?
$1340, are you right behind the city units?
Yeah.
It looks like a gray Jeep Renegade truck. Myself, 1340, and another ICP units up here with it right now.
1303 just passed me 112. I'm slow rolling on the interstate waiting for me to catch up. Well, we did.
We're passing the 112, speeds 80 miles an hour. It is a gray Jeep Renegade truck with black wheels, 511 and a silver top nose is lead right now. 89 miles an hour right now.
1303, I'll take the lead when they catch up here. I got a big number, I believe. Correction, 31. I got it, I'm behind.
As the pursuit neared the 113-mile marker, the suspect vehicle slowed and came to a stop in the left lane. Corporal May issued verbal commands for the driver to exit the vehicle, and the driver complied without incident. Morrilton officers later stated the pursuit began after a flock license plate reader flagged the vehicle, which was registered to an individual listed as a deserter from Fort Bragg, prompting their initial contact with the suspect.
1345 Clark, so we got him stopped and got him boxed.
On December 2nd, 2025, around 8 p.m., Clark County deputies were investigating a burglary and vehicle theft in northeast Vancouver involving a stolen car believed to contain a firearm. The vehicle was later found parked at a Starbucks near West Main Street and State Route 503 in Battleground. As officers moved in, with additional grappler-equipped units requested, the suspect accelerated and fled. A pursuit followed, and despite tire deflation devices damaging the tires, the suspect continued to run.
Hands up! Show me your hands! Hands up! Put your hands up!
Back up, back up.
You good?
Get in your car and pin him. Get in your car, pin him.
Back up, back up. Right, get your hands in the car.
Hands up right now! In front of you?
I got this stick.
You are coming back.
At about 10:15 p.m. on December 13th, 2023, Montgomery County police officers attempted to stop a white Nissan Maxima near Bucknell Drive in Cambridge Park Court. The driver fled, triggering a pursuit, but officers quickly lost sight of the car. A perimeter was set up, and the suspect was located shortly after. For the second time, the Nissan fled, ramming a police vehicle before speeding away. Other officers immediately resumed the chase.
Through the grass, we're back out towards and the left on the front.
4 Lincoln 14, I'm gonna be behind him.
Yeah, I need to on those helicopter.
Left on the wrong way on University, and then we're back on the right way. And we were at University in Georgia. Right on to Georgia. Georgia South. Northbound Georgia at Blue Ridge. Pull up. Hey, patrol, get in front of me. My car is messing up. Patrol, you get in front of car 427. Right, 13. Right, right. Henderson. Georgia Henderson.
The pursuit continued onto Georgia Avenue, with the suspect vehicle heading north for roughly a mile and a half. At the intersection of Georgia Avenue and Henderson Avenue, the Nissan struck the median, lost control, and crossed into the southbound lanes, driving against traffic. It collided with two vehicles before finally coming to a stop. When officers arrived, the scene was chaotic, and they immediately began assisting the injured.
Down. Northbound Georgia at Shorefield, or at Wiseman. Back everybody up.
All officers get out of northbound lanes. You guys are in a crossfire. All officers get out of southbound lanes.
Get out of the southbound lanes. Watch out for crossfire.
Let's move out. Watch my hands. Moving up.
Hey, put your hands up. Hands up.
Hands up. Keep your hands up. I'm hands on. Okay, I'm with you.
Hands up.
Hands on. I'm hands on.
Go. Go.
There's one more. There's one more.
Where's you at?
If we can't get him, we can't get him. Don't. If he has a back injury.
Hold on, let me cut this.
Oh, he's trapped, guys.
All right, sit back.
Start. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Don't move, okay?
Both the driver and passenger of the Nissan were trapped inside and had to be pulled out with officers' help. Everyone involved was transported to the hospital. The passenger, who was under 18, was later pronounced dead. The remaining individuals sustained minor injuries. The driver was identified as 19-year-old Antoine Randall. Public records show he was wanted for violating probation after pleading guilty to armed robbery in July 2023, with a warrant issued for his arrest in October.
All right, we're gonna stand up, all right?
On January 22, 2024, at about 2:18 p.m., Trooper David Ramos was patrolling northbound on County Road 229 when he spotted a black Infiniti Q60 traveling south with an illegally tinted front windshield. Trooper Ramos made a U-turn and followed the vehicle as it pulled into a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot in Wildwood, Florida. At first, the driver fled through smaller residential streets, likely hoping that constant turns would help shake the patrol unit. But with the Florida trooper maintaining control of the pursuit, the vehicle was unable to create much distance. The driver then changed tactics, merging onto U.S. Highway 301 southbound and accelerating to speeds around 110 miles per hour. After 2 consecutive pit maneuvers, the BMW was disabled. The driver immediately jumped out and ran, but surrendered as soon as Trooper Ramos drew his taser. The passenger initially did the same and also complied when he saw the taser. At that moment, the driver shouted, "Run, Roo, run!" prompting the passenger to flee eastbound. The driver was identified as Marlon Daquan Underwood. A records check showed his driver's license had been revoked since 2019. At about 4:29 p.m. on August 2nd, 2025, Trooper Nash Thomas was patrolling northbound on Highway 1, south of Caraway Road, when he spotted a motorcycle traveling at high speed. Using his forward radar, Thomas confirmed the bike was moving at 101 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone, with a continuous audio and visual lock. He immediately turned around to pursue the motorcycle. As the motorcycle approached, the rider, later identified as Riley McCarthy, momentarily slowed to around 80 miles per hour. Thomas activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop, but as he turned to pursue, he heard the motorcycle accelerate again.
I've got an address on Kingsbury.
Just got wrecked. Turned south on Watt.
Near Watt Street, McCarthy tried to make a right turn, but was going too fast, nearly hitting a vehicle stopped at a stop sign. He entered a concrete lot near Watt, just south of Highland, where Trooper Thomas blocked his path. McCarthy swerved left across the lot into a grassy area, but as Thomas closed in again, he lost control at low speed and tipped the motorcycle over. McCarthy immediately complied, stepping away from the bike and lying on the ground with his arms out. He was taken into custody without further incident. A search of his backpack revealed an unopened bottle of vodka, and records showed his license was suspended from a prior DUI.
Not see it, state police that you were running from?
What?
Did you not see the state police that you were running from?
I was just trying to...
14, do you need a 1016 for anybody?
You ever been arrested before?
Yeah, I've been arrested.
For what? No, if he was going slow, just laid it over.
Simple.
What have you been arrested for?
4, General, what are you buying?
14 to 4. He went to the field in the grass. He was going slow. He just laid it over.
10-4, so no 10-16.
Are you hurt?
At 2:52 a.m. on December 25th, 2023, Florida Highway Patrol Trooper David Blake was on duty conducting patrol when he spotted a vehicle approaching at 90 miles per hour. Trooper Blake attempted to catch up and activated his emergency lights to conduct a traffic stop, but the driver refused to comply, igniting a high-speed pursuit. After a few minutes of pursuit, a pit maneuver was executed at approximately 115 miles per hour, sending the Charger off the roadway to the right, over an elevated curb, and into the grass shoulder where it struck a tree. The driver immediately bailed out and fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended nearby without further incident. At around 7 a.m. on December 2nd, 2025, in Elk Grove, a mother was alarmed after checking her home security camera while at work. The footage showed her ex-husband, Marvin Morales, 40, violently assaulting their 11-year-old son. When she saw the child lying motionless, she immediately called 911. Police responded and found the boy with multiple stab wounds. Despite emergency treatment, he later died at the hospital. A younger sibling was found safe inside the home. Morales fled before officers arrived, and investigators later determined that a firearm had been removed from a gun safe in the house.
Let's continue getting spikes out first, please. And all right, he's losing the tire now. Probably got 901. He gets off the road, 901. And all right, he's losing the tire now. Probably got 901. He gets off the road, 901.
K97 901.
Consider him heavily armed, please.
Hey, someone take radio for us. Hey, doors open, doors open. Put your hands in the air. Walk to us now! Marvin, walk to us! Don't reach! Don't reach! Put it down!
At approximately 4:30 p.m. on July 15, 2024, Georgia State Patrol officers were on duty along Peachtree Industrial Boulevard when a four-wheeled ATV sped past their location. Officers followed and attempted a traffic stop when the ATV stopped at a red light at a nearby intersection. Instead of complying, the rider accelerated away, forcing officers to initiate a pursuit. After about 2 minutes, the ATV rider lost control and crashed. The driver, 25-year-old Tyler Taylor, attempted to flip the ATV upright and flee on foot, but officers quickly caught up and took him into custody without further incident. Police later learned Taylor was on probation at the time. He claimed he was just trying to ride and did not know ATVs were not permitted on public roads. But that explanation did not prevent him from being charged. On the morning of February 14, 2022, while couples were preparing for Valentine's Day celebrations, police officers remained focused on keeping the community safe. During a routine traffic stop, Trooper Martin received information about an older red pickup truck, loaded with clutter in the back, fleeing from law enforcement. Realizing the pursuit was unfolding nearby, Trooper Martin quickly moved to join the chase. Shortly after joining the pursuit, Trooper Martin quickly took the lead position and began closing in on the vehicle to attempt a pit maneuver. However, the driver accelerated and successfully evaded the initial attempt. The suspect then continued driving at speeds between 80 and 100 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour zone, weaving through lanes to pass other vehicles. Trooper Martin stayed close behind, waiting for another opportunity to perform a pit maneuver. After about 5 minutes of pursuit, Trooper Martin found another opportunity and attempted a pit maneuver. This time it was successful. The impact caused the fleeing vehicle to spin counterclockwise and come to a stop, where it was quickly blocked by another responding officer. The driver was taken into custody immediately without further incident. On August 22, 2022, at about 6:09 p.m., Trooper Stone was sitting stationary on westbound I-20 near the I-75/85 interchange in Atlanta when a black motorcycle ripped past him. The rider darted through traffic without signaling, and the radar locked in at 110 miles per hour in a 55 zone. Stone immediately hit his lights and siren, but the motorcyclist just looked back and kept going. He shot off onto Lee Street, heading south, then swung back around and re-entered I-20 eastbound, pushing the bike harder and riding even more recklessly. While fleeing east on Interstate 20, the motorcycle crossed a painted divider to turn onto Windsor Street, nearly hitting a pedestrian before heading south. The rider then sped east on Fulton Street, ran a red light, turned south on Capitol Avenue, and west on Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, almost striking more pedestrians. With heavy foot traffic, officers pulled back while Georgia State Patrol Aviation kept visual contact, following the suspect south on Fromwell, east on Dodd Avenue, and north on Central Avenue.
Stop sign. That's clear, that's clear. Left, nobody's home. Stop sign. Alright, right's clear, left's clear. Alright, stop sign. Left's clear. Alright, right's clear, nobody's coming. It's one lane, nobody's coming.
Yep, 711 down street.
Oh shit.
Yep, 711 down street.
Oh shit. Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Put your hands behind your back!
Trooper First Class M. Tennant approached the pursuit on Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard near Central Avenue, positioning his patrol vehicle to direct the suspect east, away from pedestrians. The motorcycle continued straight and collided with the patrol vehicle. The driver was ejected, landing briefly on the vehicle before falling to the ground. The driver, Derek Birch, was taken into custody. Corporal J. Ennis conducted the crash investigation. Trooper Stone transported Birch to the Atlanta Pretrial Detention Center, where he was turned over to staff. At approximately 6:30 p.m. on May 2nd, 2021, Sergeant Davis was traveling northeast on Main Street when he observed an ATV heading southwest before turning right onto Maynard Street. The ATV had no rear registration plate. When Sergeant Davis activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop, the driver immediately fled, triggering a pursuit.
I will pull you away! Get your hands behind you! Get hands behind you! Put your hands behind you!
34.
How was that ride, motherfucker? How was that?
334 is out with 206. They're 10-4.
After the driver was taken into custody and identified as DeMonta T.J. Thomas, officers conducted a search of his person and belongings. Inside the front pocket of a backpack, they found a clear plastic bag containing suspected marijuana. In the main compartment of the backpack, officers recovered an FN Model 509 9mm handgun equipped with an extended magazine loaded with 24 rounds. A records check through GCIC showed no information on file for the firearm. As Trooper Love approached the driver's side, he saw a baby secured in a car seat in the back, along with a black male driver and a black female passenger. When asked for his license, the driver admitted he didn't have one and said it had been suspended. He identified himself as Antoine Williams, but a records check showed no match to the name or information. Dispatch also confirmed no return. When Trooper Love instructed him to step out of the vehicle, the driver glanced at the passenger, grabbed the gear shift, and sped off, initiating a pursuit.
A62 Manchester, I'm 1080.
Unit 10-3, 10-33, 62, 1080.
As Trooper Love approached the driver's side, he saw a baby secured in a car seat in the back, along with a black male driver and a black female passenger. When asked for his license, the driver admitted he didn't have one and said it had been suspended. He identified himself as Antoine Williams, but a records check showed no match to the name or information. Dispatch also confirmed no return. When Trooper Love instructed him to step out of the vehicle, the driver glanced at the passenger, grabbed the gear shift, and sped off, initiating a pursuit. At approximately 7:31 p.m. on September 27, 2025, Trooper James Bird observed two motorcycles traveling eastbound on Broadway at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. He immediately initiated a pursuit with lights and siren activated, but both motorcycles continued to flee at high speed.
There's a motorcycle on Broadway eastbound, probably going over 100, running through red lights. Of course, see, I'm trying to catch up to it. We're at King Girl Man Broadway eastbound.
10:40, okay.
There's no meeting. I'm 1037.
Head direct, D26, 1037. 45.
Walker and Broadway. About two motorcycles.
Walker and Broadway, two motorcycles.
They're about at MLK.
I am okay.
Just past you, secondary.
Just past you, secondary.
East Broadway, east of MLK.
East Broadway, east of MLK.
East Broadway, gonna get on 55 south. I'm assuming here at the
East Broadway, getting off 55 south, that's 3.
After just over a minute of pursuit, one of the riders lost control and collided with the rear of a civilian vehicle, sending the motorcycle airborne and throwing the rider off. He sustained no serious injuries and was taken into custody shortly after. The second rider's direction of travel was broadcast to assisting units, but he temporarily managed to evade capture. Around 5:27 p.m. on February 18, 2024, a North Olmsted officer attempted to pull over a Chrysler PT Cruiser on Brook Park Road for a license plate and brake light violation. The officer immediately activated emergency lights, but the driver refused to stop, continuing at a slow speed. When the officer turned on the siren as well, the driver still ignored the order to pull over.
He's reaching all around in the car. We'll be heading east on Brook Park. Temp tag in the window, Robert 693668. Black PT Cruiser. .31 miles an hour. He's coming to a stop, Brook Park in front of Dick's. He's taking off.
A few minutes later, officers deployed spike strips in an attempt to disable the suspect's vehicle, but they appeared to have little effect. Moments afterward, the driver accelerated, reaching speeds of around 60 miles per hour in an effort to flee.
On Brook Park, speeds are at 60 miles an hour. No traffic. Speeds 81 miles an hour, eastbound on Brook Park, passing Walmart. Reason for the stop, display of plates and brake light. Approaching Grace, Brook Park, Brook Park, eastbound, approaching Grace. Traffic's moderate, eastbound on Brook Park, past Grace. He crashed out, rollover MVA in front of O'Neill Healthcare. Start me a squad.
The chase continued eastbound on Brook Park Road. Just before reaching Clegg Road, the suspect lost control, sending the vehicle off the roadway and flipping multiple times. The driver was ejected during the crash. As officers approached the scene, the suspect complied and lay on the ground. From the overturned vehicle, the sound of a child crying could be heard. Officers quickly rushed in and safely removed the child from the smoking car.
Get on the ground. Spread your hands. Spread your hands. Are you the only one?
I'm standing there.
We have a kid in the vehicle. He's crying. Male's at gunpoint. I will. You stay right there. Just spread your legs and feet out. Okay, we got an ambulance coming.
The driver was identified as 30-year-old Antoine L. Lindsay. He was taken to a nearby hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The child, who was buckled in the back seat, appeared unharmed but was also taken to the hospital as a precaution. Officers later learned Lindsay's license was suspended and he was illegally carrying a firearm. He now faces charges of failure to comply, having weapons under disability, and child endangerment. At around 6:20 p.m. on February 7th, 2024, officers with the Locust Grove Police Department initiated a pursuit of a stolen U-Haul truck. Attempts to stop the vehicle were unsuccessful as the driver fled, leading to a pursuit involving more than 10 police vehicles.
My car, that's my car. Main case, passenger radio. Alright, my 14 lead, I'm secondary. 14 CPI on the corner. I'm not letting back on 412. Hey, looking around you. Take her out. 14 looking on the lead. And then the table. Eastbound Barrington, flight on 1's primary. Take up your guys' call. We're coming up to you guys right now. Copy, 412. Hey, John. And you need 3 Jones. 3 Jones.
The pursuit continued at speeds between 60 and 80 miles per hour through heavy traffic. The driver was seen running multiple red lights at high speed, posing a serious danger to the public. Due to traffic conditions, officers were unable to perform any tactical maneuvers and instead maintained close pursuit to apply pressure, hoping the driver would eventually choose to stop voluntarily.
Gene George. 14 Gene George. 49, 85. Coming up to the intersection, Gene George right now. So. Continuing eastbound through Gene George. Yeah, Mark. Eastbound. With the intersection at 48, right now, taking the interstate, going real fast. Copy. Direction southbound. Copy, copy. Do you have a DVI or no? No, not yet. Hey, we're southbound interstate. DVI. TBI. Roll over. Start central. It's tight on you. Down the airbags deployed.
On August 9th, 2023, while conducting an unrelated traffic stop, 2 Michigan State troopers heard a series of gunshots nearby. They then saw 2 men, one of them carrying a rifle, jump into a white Ford Escape and speed away. The troopers quickly got back in their patrol car and initiated a pursuit.
All right, here. Come on, take that close. Somebody running.
Where's your location? Is there left on the free tap?
Go. Follow that car. We're behind the car now. High priority.
Go ahead.
He approached Broad Street. Shooting suspects. Because it's like simple. It's going on a little bit. Yeah. Slow down. There's a car up there.
Yeah, I see that.
Back on 96.
As the suspect vehicle attempted to turn onto a side road, the driver lost control and struck the curb of a roundabout. The impact appeared to damage one of the front wheels. Although the suspects continued to flee, their speed had noticeably decreased. Seeing that traffic on this stretch was light, officers moved in to look for an opportunity to safely perform a pit maneuver.
Southbound, right entry, approaching Chicago. Rear left tire going out.
21 of the major cross. Give me 1 second.
Should be coming towards Illinois, speed about 35.
$22.50 in a second. Okay. I'll hold this out for you. Coming up to Joy Road. Alright, looks like we are going to be through Livernois. On Joy Road, going eastbound.
Cody, come up front if you want to put him out. Let him come in front, let him go in front. Stop.
We got units right now at Grand River.
Stop, break.
Grand River.
Shortly after, as the suspect vehicle slowed down due to severe front wheel damage, an officer quickly executed a low-speed pit maneuver, bringing the pursuit to an end. Both suspects fled on foot but were apprehended nearby.
Good pit. Got one running on Howell.
One running on Howell.
Driver! Put your hands behind your back. Go. What the fuck did I do, bro? Sit here. You're good. Go ahead. You're good. Go. What the fuck did I do?
At about 8:08 a.m. on December 28, 2024, Trooper Williams was running stationary radar from the median on U.S. Highway 65 north of Tiller, when he clocked a blue minivan traveling south at 80 miles per hour in a 65 zone. After the vehicle passed, Williams pulled onto the highway, caught up, and activated his emergency lights to initiate a stop. The driver refused to slow down even after Williams repeatedly used his siren.
Roll your window down.
I'm scared of you.
The vehicle suddenly pulled into the McGehee Bank parking lot in Tiller and stopped. Trooper Williams approached and the driver, later identified as Sean Patrick Johnson, cracked his window just enough to hand over his license and insurance, but refused to lower it further, saying he was afraid of police. When asked about the license plate, Johnson rolled the window up completely and leaned toward the glove box, hiding his hands. Concerned he might be reaching for a weapon, Williams opened the unlocked driver's door to see inside. Johnson shouted "no" and sped off northbound on Highway 65, prompting Williams to return to his patrol car and give chase. As the pursuit continued, each time Trooper Williams closed in to attempt a pit, Johnson swerved across both northbound lanes to block him. At one point, Johnson slammed on the brakes in an apparent attempt to cause a rear-end collision, but Williams swerved left and narrowly avoided impact.
Flip the vehicle. Get on the ground.
After several failed attempts, Trooper Williams finally found a clear stretch of road with no other traffic and executed a pit at 100 miles per hour, striking the left rear corner of Johnson's vehicle. The maneuver spun Johnson's car counterclockwise into the median, where it flipped twice before coming to rest upright facing east. Johnson climbed out and stood up, but Williams ordered him to the ground and handcuffed him without further incident. When asked why he fled, Johnson repeatedly said he was afraid of police and upset that his car door had been opened. At 9:51 p.m. on Saturday, February 11th, 2023, Troop H Communications was notified by Sequoyah County, Oklahoma, that deputies were pursuing a white 2021 Nissan Sentra eastbound on Interstate 40 before it turned onto US 64 near Muldrow. At 10:04 p.m., Sequoyah County units lost contact, believing the vehicle continued toward Moffett, Oklahoma. At approximately 10:20 p.m., Sergeant Gregory Smith and Trooper Araujo observed the suspect crossing the Garrison Street Bridge into Fort Smith. They attempted a stop at the Valero gas station on Garrison Street and South 5th Street, but the driver fled, returning across the bridge into the Fort Smith stockyards before circling back into Oklahoma.
Back into Oklahoma. We're going back into Oklahoma.
The vehicle fled toward Oklahoma at speeds of approximately 100 miles per hour in light traffic conditions, with Troopers M. Price and J. Bass, along with Corporal B. Turnipseed, joining the pursuit.
Yeah, we're northbound, going back towards Dora.
Okay, so you're coming towards 40.
We're taking the Moffett exit. Moffett exit.
Out of that door?
We're down here by the cattle yard.
Okay, are you going down in there towards the cattle yard, or are you going across the bottom, like you're going to come up north, like you're going to go northbound?
We're down here by the cattle yard. We're circling back, going back across the bridge. Back across the bridge.
Seven's got primary, I'm secondary. We got 29 on third, and then 3 behind him. 119 eastbound, coming up on the freeze.
The chase continued on U.S. Highway 64D into Dora, with Sergeant Smith, Trooper Price, Trooper Bass, and Trooper Araujo in pursuit. The Nissan re-entered Interstate 40 eastbound at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, driving recklessly. Trooper Araujo attempted several pit maneuvers, but the driver swerved to avoid contact and tried to force him off the roadway.
Take your time, get up there, we got light traffic, see if you can get the job done. Put him over there towards the foot. 25 your light. Alright, we're still eastbound, 117 miles an hour on Lee Creek. Lee Creek eastbound, 124, traffic light. Yeah, as soon as we get a chance to stay there. Yeah, he's at 100 plus on these curves, so by the time 7 gets up there and gets close, we're already in a curve. We're still northbound, we're coming into the Cedarville city limits, 100 to 150. Okay, we're in.
The pursuit continued north on State Highway 59 towards Cedarville. Trooper Araujo maintained distance due to the sharp curves along the highway, while Trooper Bass, in the secondary position, warned him of upcoming hazards. Near Cedarville, the driver lost control, veered off the east shoulder, struck a private driveway, became airborne, and collided with a tree and a utility pole. The Nissan came to rest upright on the east shoulder of SH 59.
Diego, we're good. Just watch back on your side. Drive out now! Driver, crawl out now! Oh, come out. Hold on, Matt. Don't go to him.
Let me go left. Clear your zone. It's just us.
Keep your leg out. Hold on. Get out the back with him. Stay down! Crawl your ass out on the hood of that car now. My car. Pat, you're in the back. Get your hands up. Make her come to you. Do not go to that car. Get over there on the ground on the fucking car. Crawl right over there on the ground. Go to her. Go to them. Go to them. Hey, get over there to them. Get on the ground. Face down.
On April 18, 2025, around 5:31 p.m., a routine patrol turned into a high-speed pursuit in Lakeland. Trooper A. Jones of the Florida Highway Patrol spotted a black Buick matching the description of a vehicle that had previously fled from local police. He made a quick U-turn to intercept it. As the Buick approached a red light at Lake Parker Drive, the driver appeared to slow down, then suddenly sped through the intersection, seemingly trying to trap the trooper. Jones pushed through the light and caught up just as the Buick jumped a curb and made an illegal U-turn near North Ingram Avenue. Inside, Jones saw a white male driver with a hat and a cigarette. The moment lights and sirens were activated, the suspect hit the gas. The pursuit was on, and dispatch was alerted.
traffic, still eastbound. Speed 80 miles an hour. You turn around at Gary. Turn around at Gary. So we're turning on to Gary. Memorial, slowing down. We're coming up to Memorial, slowing down, so you come here. Eastbound 92, 65
During the pursuit, the suspect showed extreme recklessness by driving at high speeds in the wrong lane of traffic. Troopers attempted a pit maneuver to end the chase, but the effort was unsuccessful. At approximately 3:53 p.m. on May 11, 2025, Trooper Ray was alerted to a be on the lookout issued by the Lee County Sheriff's Office for a stolen black Mitsubishi Eclipse, reportedly taken by two armed blonde women near Bell Avenue in Fort Myers. The vehicle was last seen heading east on Daniels Parkway toward I-75. While monitoring traffic near mile marker 100 on I-75, Trooper Ray spotted a matching Mitsubishi at the toll plaza and confirmed the license plate with Fort Myers Regional Communications. He and a Collier County deputy began following the vehicle eastbound. Near mile marker 91, Trooper Ray initiated a traffic stop, but the driver sped off, triggering a high-speed pursuit. The pursuit continued to mile marker 80, where the suspect bypassed the exit and approached mile marker 79. There, multiple Collier County deputies had deployed stop sticks. The driver swerved left to avoid them, lost control, and crashed into the left side cable barrier. The vehicle spun out and rolled briefly before coming to a stop on the shoulder, partially blocking the left lane.
Go ahead!
On Thursday, August 29th, 2024, around 12:55 p.m., Corporal Arnold was patrolling Interstate 30 eastbound near the 76-mile marker when he observed a black Dodge Charger with North Carolina tag KKA 1309 following a semi-truck too closely. As Corporal Arnold caught up to the vehicle, the driver slowed significantly, traveling well below the speed limit. Near the 78-mile marker, Corporal Arnold activated his emergency lights to initiate a traffic stop. The suspect vehicle continued slowly before exiting I-30 at exit 78, stopping at a mobile gas station. As Corporal Arnold approached from the passenger side, the suspect suddenly fled, re-entering I-30 eastbound. Corporal Arnold immediately notified Troop K dispatch of the pursuit and provided a vehicle description. The suspect drove recklessly, weaving through traffic, using the shoulder, and reaching speeds around 140 miles per hour.
35 Hot Springs. 1037. It's a black Charger, North Carolina tags, King Adam 1309. Eastbound up to 78.
Near mile marker 88, heavy traffic forced the suspect to slow down with limited options to escape. Corporal Arnold attempted a TBI, and as the suspect tried to turn into Arnold's patrol vehicle, the maneuver was successfully executed, disabling both vehicles. The suspect, identified as Penny, was taken into custody without further incident. He was transported to the Clark County Detention Center and charged with following too closely, fleeing, unauthorized use of property, and reckless driving. On Thursday, November 27th, 2025, around 8:17 a.m., Trooper Davis was running stationary radar on Interstate 430 near the 5-mile marker when he clocked a white Toyota Camry traveling south at 90 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. He pulled in behind the vehicle and attempted a stop near the 2-mile marker, but once he activated his lights and siren, the driver sped up, reaching about 120 miles per hour. Trooper Davis notified Communications Team A that he was in pursuit. To end the dangerous high-speed pursuit, Trooper Davis positioned his unit along the passenger side of the suspect vehicle and executed a pit maneuver. The car spun off the roadway into a tree line on the west side of the interstate, struck several trees, and overturned. Trooper Davis found the driver, later identified as Talon Bazell, unresponsive inside the vehicle, though he regained consciousness moments later. Davis opened the passenger door and helped him out. Medics transported Bazell to Baptist Health Medical Center for evaluation. An open alcohol container was found in the car, and Davis detected the odor of an intoxicant. The vehicle was unregistered and uninsured, and Bazell did not have a valid driver's license. On March 28, 2023, at approximately 4:40 a.m., Trooper Bird was patrolling near Fair Park Boulevard and Interstate 630 when he spotted a black Nissan Maxima stopped at a red light. A plate check showed the registration had been expired since April 2022. When Trooper Bird attempted a traffic stop near John Barrow Road, the female driver exited the interstate and fled northbound. At the intersection of 12th Street and Fair Park Boulevard, the male passenger threw a black and blue bag out of the vehicle. The bag was later recovered by officers from the Little Rock Police Department. Trooper Bird quickly performed a TVI, forcing the fleeing vehicle to stop. All occupants were taken into custody without further incident. The female driver later said she wanted to stop, but was threatened by the male passenger, who pointed a gun at her and said he would shoot if she did. Inside the discarded bag, officers found a .25 caliber Ruger pistol and a homemade drug inhaling device. A small bag of marijuana was also found on the front passenger seat. After recovering the weapon, Bird spoke again with the driver, who confirmed the threat and accurately described the gun. Both suspects were taken to Baptist Little Rock for medical checks before being booked into the Pulaski County Jail.
Will you come to him, please?
Keep your hands right and see it. Show me your hands.
Quit rolling the window up. Go ahead and get the driver out.
Driver, open the door with your right hand.
Y'all cover them. I'm going to go help them. All right, I'm on your side.
Get out and face away from me. Close the door and walk backwards to me, facing away from me. Keep walking back.
On March 13th, 2025, Trooper White of the Florida Highway Patrol was conducting speed enforcement on Interstate 95 in Broward County. While using a department-issued laser, Trooper White observed a burgundy sedan traveling at 107 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. After confirming the speed, Trooper White pursued the vehicle and activated emergency lights and sirens. Although the driver initially moved toward the shoulder, they suddenly accelerated and fled. Trooper White initiated a pursuit and notified the Lake Worth Regional Communication Center.
North Carolina, Spring Breaker. Is he running? Is he running? He's running. Romeo Juliet, Victor 37, come back to the mark. Come back to the mark. These are 104 traffic is like. We're pushing the lorry. 12 miles an hour. Yeah. And traffic is like traffic maybe not. Yeah. 17, we're back straight, we're ready to run over. Yeah, we're approaching, or anything coming back on that 28. You guys in Florida or Georgia? North Carolina.
South of State Road 84, the vehicle entered an active construction zone with only the far left lane open. The driver, later identified as Patrick Pierre, weaved through traffic and cones at high speed, cutting off other vehicles and showing a reckless disregard for public safety. The pursuit continued at speeds of 100 to 120 miles per hour, with the driver weaving through heavy traffic in a reckless attempt to evade capture. Recognizing the danger to the public, troopers began looking for an opportunity to safely perform a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle.
Approaching Hollywood Boulevard. Careful, approaching Hollywood. Vehicle traveling in center lane, 95 miles an hour. Careful, 95 in the center lane. Approaching Hollywood Boulevard. Careful, approaching Hollywood. Hollywood Boulevard. You're on board. Careful, passing Hollywood at 100. Vehicles going in our lane right now in the inside lane. Vehicle just signal towards the wall. Hit dog, it's 7170. Careful, I'll give 107130.
On April 8, 2025, troopers Adrian Belcher and Johnson were notified that the Dardanelle Police Department was pursuing a vehicle and needed assistance. The stop was initiated for defective equipment, and a passenger had thrown out suspected illegal substances. The suspect vehicle was a green Chevrolet S10 pickup traveling south on State Highway 7.
Myself 13 or catch it up.
800 dispatch. He's going to hit on all four tires, so it looked like.
State's primary.
As the pursuit continued south on State Highway 7, officers Burks, Flores, and Chief Padarak led, while troopers Belcher and Johnson closed the gap. Officers Howell and Chronister deployed spike strips at Tucker Road, successfully slowing the suspect, but the vehicle continued into Ola. Trooper Johnson took the lead at State Highway 7 and East Spring Street, with Trooper Belcher in the secondary position.
Passing Gold Street on 2nd Street. Attempted TBI. TBI. Templeton.
You better stay there.
They just hit me, man.
Get off me.
Why are you hitting me for? I ain't do nothing. Hey, man, I'm gonna walk, man. You gotta be rough with me, dude. Fuck, man.
Let's go. You came this way. Go back.
I'm trying.
Jason, are you hitting him there?
God dang. She didn't do nothing, man. She didn't do nothing.
Shut your mouth.
Alright, dispatch, office correct.
On July 16, 2025, at around 3:47 a.m., a Thornton police officer requested backup from Colorado State Patrol after locating a stolen Ram pickup truck. Troopers caught up to the vehicle and attempted to deploy a grappler, but the first attempt was unsuccessful. The pursuit then continued southbound on Interstate 25.
He's running from me southbound I-25 from 84th.
Copy is also on the highway, section 825 from 84th. Will you confirm that plate you cut out? I got Boys Robert Lincoln John 9.
Shortly after, troopers successfully deployed the grappler, locking onto the fleeing truck. The maneuver caused both the suspect's vehicle and the patrol car to crash into the median barrier, disabling them. The trooper was uninjured. The suspect fled on foot, but was quickly apprehended by Thornton officers nearby.
I got a good grapple though, southbound I-25 at 84th.